welcome back to another Disney Trip Tips with me, Sandi Alexander, your host, doing the solo thing. Michael is on a little bit of a golfing adventure, and I hope he has a wonderful time with his brother. And I have my fingers crossed and toes crossed because I hope they win this time around. Anyway, Michael and I have been off for the last couple of weeks, and we are back, or I should say I am back, from a little visit to Orlando. And while we were down there, we did celebrate our 30th anniversary of our first date. And it's something, he remembers it every year. And dopey me tries to remember, and I'm like, I'm going to get him this year. I'm going to get it. And it just totally goes over my head. But he surprised me on the Sunday, which was June 30th. And again, the 30th anniversary of our first date. And he had an entire day planned because the day before, which was Saturday, we were going to play golf because I'm a golfer now. And anyway, when we were getting ready to go play golf, which was later in the afternoon in Orlando at our resort, and we waited, and it was hot and it was steamy, and then all of a sudden clouds rolled in and there was like a lightning stoppage, so we couldn't play. So I felt really bad for him because I'm still like, I'm okay, but I'm still the novice with golfing, not like the way he is. But it just was like still lightning, and it was thundering, and it was getting late. And again, it was like, okay, let's just call it, and we'll go back to our condo. And we relaxed, had a nice dinner. But I kept saying to him, Michael, I want you to play on Sunday. Just go and play. And he's like, no. It's just we're going to relax. We're going to have a good time and everything. And just, hang around, go to the pool, whatever. So again, I kept insisting, please go play. I know you enjoy it more than anything. But come to find out, the next morning, he came in with flowers, and my computer just made noise. He came in with flowers and a wonderful card, and also telling me that we were going for dinner to Monimoto's, my favorite at Disney Springs, and we were going to go see Cirque du Soleil's Drawn to Life. Well, I was like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. And I was like, oh, you did it again. So 30th anniversary of our first date was just a wonderful, wonderful day. And apparently he had this planned for a while. So I was just totally taken by surprise. But what we did was we went over to the MK in the morning, and we walked around a bit and got on a couple of attractions, and then headed back to the condo because the show was at 4 and our dinner reservations were like at 7:30. So it was really very relaxing, but hotter than you know what. And I will tell you that I have to say that anymore, when you go to the MK, to me, taking the ferry is faster, especially when it's so busy with a lot of people, because that line for the monorail is crazy as anything. So what we did was we took the ferry across, went in, enjoyed our time there, and then we left. And as I said, went back to the condo. And then we went over to Disney Springs later on in the afternoon, found a proper spot to park, and went in to see Drawn to Life. Now, I don't want to give anything away with Drawn to Life by Cirque du Soleil, but it was really wonderful. Our seats were great, and there were a lot of people, but not like as many people as I thought there were going to be. But it was really a great show. So we enjoyed that. And that's like my fourth Cirque du Soleil show I have seen. So if you ever get a chance to go out to Vegas, they've got a number of Cirque du Soleil shows out there. I strongly suggest going to see at the Bellagio, and then go see Ka at the, oh my gosh, where was Ka? Ka was it the MGM Grand? I can't remember where Ka was, but do go see it, and then go see the Blue Man Group. You will not be disappointed with that. But it was a wonderful surprise for me, our 30th anniversary of our first date. So some other things to share with you. Michael and I, in celebration of that, we went and bought something at the the Crystal store, where we never get any of this stuff, but we found a pretty Minnie and Mickey thing, and we had it engraved with our picture in it and everything. And so that's like our nice keepsake from that date that we had. As I said, it was just so wonderful and sweet, and it makes me smile like anything. And when we ordered that, I had to go pick it back up on Tuesday because it would have been ready on Sunday afternoon, but we had other plans. But I went and picked it up on Tuesday afternoon, and it's like I had my own little adventure. When I went and parked, took the tram, got into the MK, and again took the ferry over, picked up the package, and then I took my time walking around the MK and just enjoying all the sights. It was crowded, it was hotter again than you know what, and I was like, I'm just going to totally breathe this all in, and I did. Plus I got myself a delicious candy apple and something to drink on my way out the door, and took the ferry back because again I think the ferry is so much faster than doing the monorail. Okay, so that day is done. Some other news to pass along to you. The cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Lodge are now open. They opened as of July 1st. Let me see what else. Something else I did. I have to share with you guys. I went to that Forever Vintage and Surplus. Have you ever been there? If you want to see it, there's a lot of influencers that have gone into the store and they've made their own little videos and everything, but it's called Forever Vintage and Surplus. It's in Winter Haven, Florida, and it's about 30 miles, 25, 30 miles from the Magic Kingdom, or I should say from Disney. So, and you just take 27 down and you make a right on Dundee Road, and it's right there on the left. And if you see it, it's just in this building that it's not very fancy or anything. I think there was like a plumbing store right next door to it, but it's called Forever Vintage and Surplus in Winter Haven, Florida. Now, when you walk in, it is filled to the max with everything Disney. In fact, on my way out the door, the young lady said to me, she says, "Oh, did you see this other part?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought that was a mirror." And I went out to the other side to go see what they had. But if you were looking for, let me see, you're looking for maybe some T-shirts, if you're looking for some Disney sweaters, they even had in there a cast member's coat. It was an extra large cast member's coat, and it was from the Magic Kingdom, but it was like sort of a coat that they would use, I guess, for, when it gets cold down in Florida. But they had clothes there. They had Disney Christmas sweaters that you could buy, more cast member things. They had posters. They had, they had, of course, trading pins in there. They had cups. They had glasses. They even had in there fixtures from the parks. Now, I will tell you the prices. I don't know whether you could, I didn't buy anything, but I don't know if you could haggle with them a little bit, because I do have to say some of the prices were a little high. But one thing I was kind of eyeing was like a little lantern. It was sort of like a beat up old lantern, but it said on the tag, prop from Disney's Hollywood Studios. So when you go in there, you will find a lot of those in there. You'll find like the lanterns, you'll find mirrors. They had this big old haunted mansion sort of gargoyle-y looking thing in the back. That was going for like $100. They also had fixtures from the Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Wilderness Lodge, because Michael didn't go with me on this trip, but I went by myself, and I was telling him, I said, you know what, maybe I should have bought that fixture, because that would have been really cool to hang, inside of our place. But you could get fixtures there. You could get all these pieces of artwork there. They had things from the Polynesian. They had some old things from Art of Animation. Let me see. Again, things from the Magic Kingdom, things from Epcot. So if you do plan on going there to see it, look it up online first. They do have a website, Forever Vintage and Surplus in Winter Haven, Florida, 30 miles again from Walt Disney World. And it is packed with stuff, so be prepared to go in there and just see everything. But it's everything Disney. And I had asked the young lady, I said, where did you get all this stuff? And she says, well, they go and they buy some of the things, some extra surplus or some things that they are going to be getting rid of, and they'll like cut the price down a lot for her to buy, or I should say for her business to buy. And then she also gets from dealers. So when you go in there, she even had in there, how can I explain this? They were like little weights, and they look like little film reels, but they were only about maybe 3 to 4 inches long, and they were ceramic, and it had on there like the Seven Dwarves. One of them was the Aristocats. I'm trying to think what else was in there, but they were in the shelving, and they even had little shadow boxes of like Alice in Wonderland. Snow White was in there. Cinderella was in there, but they were like really high prices. So I don't know, as I said, if they haggle or if the prices are really set in stone. But if you do go and you really have your heart set on something, you might pay a high cost for it. But at least you could say you have something that was at a Disney park or a resort. So check them out online, Forever Vintage and Surplus in Winter Haven, Florida. Okay, the other thing to talk about is, of course, the big news happened over a week ago about the shakeup at Walt Disney World was the eradication of the Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lane offerings. So beginning July 24 of this year, Genie Plus and the a la carte Lightning Lane options will become obsolete, and their place will be the new Lightning Lane Multipass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. That's such a mouthful. Over the following months, Genie Plus evolved with its customer base, regularly selling out at peak times, even with a heightened price tag. Now, while the offering has remained divisive ever since its launch, Disney World and Disneyland guests have accepted it as part of the overall Disney experience. But again, that could change. Even though Rock and Roller Coaster wasn't enough to handle, if you got over there and get a chance to go on it and everything, the Genie Plus and the individual Lightning Lane selections would be erased at WDW. So instead, the Lightning Lane Multipass and Lightning Lane Single Pass will be offered to guests commencing again July 24th of this year at the Disney Resort. The process has undergone a few notable changes, and most notable is the advanced booking tool, which has not been seen since the days of the old Fast Pass Plus process. At present, guests have to book experiences on the day from 7 a.m. Now, those heading out for a Disney vacation on or after July 24th will be able to book 7 days in advance if they are staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel, or 3 days prior if staying somewhere else. I got this information, by the way, from the Walt Disney World website. Now, while the advanced booking of the 3 attractions, you've got Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, it's a beneficial change to the system. There is a caveat. Guests must be in the U.S. when they make their selections, meaning that international guests will be able to book experiences upon reaching the U.S. The booking block for international visitors did cause an outcry online, which I could see that, okay, because, you pay all that money to come over to Disney World, blah, 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 and you got to wait. However, a new update has seen Disney backtrack on the rule for selected guests. And according to Disney World, they will now allow Canadian residents to secure Lightning Lane bookings in the same time frame as U.S. guests. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing to you because I believe I did post something for you at the Disney Trip Tips Facebook page. And then I also have something else. Oh, gosh, bear with. Let me see if I can find it on my telephone real quick. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. It's Disney World's line skipping trick. This is something else, okay? Disney World's line skipping trick explained and the pitfalls to avoid. So I will post that for you again at the Disney Trip Tips Facebook page, and you certainly can read that at your leisure. Wow, just so much going on, and definitely a mouthful. And the other thing now, moving on, I cannot believe we're talking about Halloween already. Halloween, where it's going to start next month, August 23rd to October 31st. So get set. Disneyland Resort, Walt Disney World. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like I went into the store, what was it, yesterday, and there was already, oh my gosh, school stuff up. There were notebooks, there was loose leaf paper, pens, pencils, calculators, whatever, book covers, folders. I'm like, to me, when June is gone already, I'm like, that's it. Summer is just going to fly right by, and we're never, I just want summer to last all the time. I mean, because I am just not a cold weather girl anymore. Give me hot, humid weather. I will take it any time. Okay. As we mentioned about Halloween, and also Epcot. Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, that will kick off next month, August 29th through November 23rd. I don't think I have any entertainment information for you as yet. No, I do not. But if you want more information, do go to disneyworld.com/food and wine. The date for that again is at Epcot, August 29th through November 23rd. Oh, it ends the day before my birthday. Okay, look, that is going to do it for me. I'm keeping it short and sweet for today, and I've got some music for you to play us out. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Replay this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sorcerer Radio. And Michael and I will be back next week with a brand new show, and we'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Oh, by the way, I hope everybody had a fantastic July 4th. And this is Disney Trip Tips on Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com. See ya!